Welcome to Honduras This Week online news videocast for Monday, March 26th. This videocast is brought to you by Minister Suites, your home away from home. 200,000 more tourists this Semana Santa. 1.8 million Hondurans and 60,000 foreigners. That is the number of tourists expected to travel to or within Honduras during Easter week, according to estimates from the Honduran Institute of Tourism. Last year's numbers were 1.6 million and 56,000 respectively. The calculations are based on numbers from the Central Bank, the Institute of Statistics, and household surveys, and the increase is attributed to the improving economy and lower interest rates. Read the full article by Annette Emanuelson in the National section. The Minister's Security Plan. At a police officer's luncheon celebrating Father's Day, a festive mariachi band sounded their trumpets. String instruments strummed merry melodies before a crowd of blue uniforms, the regulation guns holstered. The event's keynote speaker, General Álvaro Romero Salgado, Honduran Minister of Security, addressed his forces from within the heart of his headquarters and pronounced that the country suffers from a crisis of morality. Read the full article by James Boden in the National section. 18,000 human rights violations. At an annual speech, the Human Rights High Commissioner, Ramon Custodio, reported that only in the last 2 years, his office has received and documented more than 18,451 violations against people's basic human rights. Most of these violations were committed by members of the police, judges, and teachers. Read the full article by Álvaro Morales Molina in the National section. Scouting teaching values needed for change. Scouting, also known as the Scout Movement, is a worldwide movement aiming to develop young people physically, mentally, and spiritually, so that they may play constructive roles in society. 100 years ago, Robert Baden-Powell came up with this, and now over 38 million people in 216 countries around the world are taking part. But what use can it have in Honduras? Read the full article by Alex Jones in the National section. Ananda Flow Company. You'd find us under Other in Virgin Megastores. Found in the Dictionary of Asian Religion, Ananda Flow Company named themselves after a word that translates as a state beyond nirvana, a condition greater than ecstasy. And though the Tegucigalpa band has not quite yet reached the international acclaim as the U.S. Nirvana, Ananda Flow is slowly building its own success. Read the full article by Louise Wallace in the Cultural section. Review. Apocalypto challenges Central American ancestral pride. Mel Gibson's Apocalypto will open in Honduras on the 6th of April in a pre-prepared mist of controversy. The film, which details the story of the last days of the Maya before the landing of the Spanish, has already divided audiences in Europe and the United States. Complaints ranging from inaccuracy of the portrayal of the pre-Columbian civilization to the excessive signature Gibson use of violence. Honduras is a country proud of its Mayan heritage. It remains to be seen how Honduran audiences will react. Read the full article by Louise Wallace in the Cultural section. New charter flight between Rome and Roatan in December. Italian charter company Club Panorama will open a second flight between Italy and Roatan in December this year. The new flight was announced by Honduran Minister of Tourism Ricardo Martinez at a press conference last Tuesday. Club Panorama already has a weekly flight between Milan and Roatan, which will now be followed by a direct flight from Rome. According to the minister, an average of 110 Italian tourists arrive in Roatan with Club Panorama every Saturday, where they leave behind an estimated 700 euros each. Hopefully, one of the flights will also continue to San Pedro Sula and that way benefit the tourism industry of the mainland. Read the full article by Annette Emanuelson in the business section. Scientific research to help Utila's coral reef. The Utila Center for Marine Ecology is a new non-governmental organization to be initiated later this month and will work for the protection of Utila's coral reefs and marine biodiversity. This comes after widespread observations that Utila's reefs are under increasing pressure and require immediate attention to avoid the fate of other areas. Read the full article by Alex Jones in the tourism section. This has been your online weekly update for Honduras. This is Michelle Motz for Honduras This Week Online. Have a great day and see you next week.